Hello viewers of all private parts, I'm Prince Vade, and this is another Pokeditor tutorial. My last tutorial was on the move command. So, in this tutorial we're changing it up a bit. This one's not about commands. It's about floors and roofs. They're special entities that you make in the editor. I'm just going to teach you all about them, and you know, cool stuff. When you start out Pokeditor, there's automatically a 10 by 10 grass floor pulled from the texture path routes. You should already know that, especially if you're already a mapper who's trying to learn how to use the editor. So basically, it's just a floor. Let's just open the edit entity. Okay, so you really don't need action value for floors. So I'm just going to use the stuff that matters. Collision for floors will always be false. Always and forever. Okay. There's two ways to make an entity a floor. If you want it to have the functions of a floor, you want it to be the entity type floor, and the model ID for floors is 0. Everything else applies. You all know about that from my add and edit entity videos. If you haven't seen it, just click the link provided. Okay. So, roofs. Roofs are very interesting. One of the reasons roofs are actually required is because if you have a floor that is above you in Pokemon 3D, like so, if you look up at it, it will not be there. You can only see floors below you. So it makes it a little tricky to make houses because, you know, you can't use stuff. So a roof would be made by adding an entity. You all know this stuff. And instead of wall block, you would use all sides object because wall blocks don't have bottoms. You would keep the model ID 0. Because model ID isn't just the entity. You can have anything with any model ID. Very simple. Water uses model ID 0, but it's just model ID is just the shape of the entity. That's all it is. It's just the shape. Entity type is how that entity functions. So I want a roof. It's gonna have to be 1010. And I want it model ID 0 because, you know, it can be flat. It can be 1, 2, but it doesn't matter because all you're going to see is the bottom. So might as well make it 0. You want it 0, 0, but you want it at 0, 3, 0, and you just add. Or maybe not at 0, 3, 0. Maybe I accidentally moved the floor that way. Property value. Oh, whoops! I didn't type 2. Let's add entity. I want to edit my entity. How stupid! Show 1. That looks okay enough. I don't care. Yeah, it fits too. So this time when you look up, that's what you're going to see because it's an all sides object. If you did this with a wall block, it would not appear because wall blocks don't have bottoms. So that's all there is. Roofs you don't really need. That's all you need to know about roofs. That's all I've ever used about roofs. So moving on to floors. Floors are interesting specimen. Let's change this to 2 and change it to 5. 5, and I'm gonna want a floor texture that's unique. Wood tower. Let's try 16. Okay, entity. That's awfully large. Let me just prevent this from crashing. Okay, let me edit my entity here because I did not mean for it to be that big. That's what you get. See, this is why I teach you these things, so you can easily do this. Okay, as you can see, this floor is, you know, pointing that way. If you are editing it, you can rotate it just like a wall block, and that works in Pokemon 3D. It's pretty simple. Works just fine. Here's the interesting thing. A lot of times when you're making maps, you need a path. Let's see, I need a path going along this line over here, and then I need it going down. Okay. Let's say I just need that path. For whatever reason. I'm making a route, and I need that path. Let's make it 4. Change that to... not Utes. Roots. And maybe it's 0.16. I don't want it just not just to test it out. I think it would be 2. And then yeah, just to test it out, let's do that. That's not what I wanted. It's not good at all. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll just ignore that water block for now, because I did something terribly wrong somehow. Huh? Uh-oh, Pokeditor closed. Okay, so maybe it's, well, basically, most of the time you'll always check the texture ID for that, so you'll always want to do that, because it's, it kind of helps, you know, you have something to base us off of. It's like 80. That'll work, that's our pathway. The water works too, I mean, it serves the same function. Do you see how they overlay? That's how you're usually going to make floors. If you have 2 wall blocks of different textures, 16 over... Uh-oh. Man, I messed up a ton today. 2. 1. You can make floors anything you want, really. Wall block. Add. Minimize. Prevent it from crashing. And then I'll add the same thing, but I'll add it same place, same everything. See how they're freaking out? It's like texture glitches. It's not good. You don't want that. You might be thinking, but these floors are the same thing as that. Floors don't have that, and floors don't do this texture glitch thingy that I'm freaking out about right now, because that's really annoying to me. Floors don't have this because, you know, they're floors and they're special. It's in the engine that they don't do that, I assume. So you know the model ID, you know, thing. There's a way to prevent this little glitchy thing, but that's another video. That's called texture index. This was a very short Pokeditor tutorial about how to use floors. There isn't much to show about floors. Once you know about the overlay and the model ID, it becomes really simple. Roofs, that's all you do for roofs. It's super simple. That's really it. That's all I have for you. You know that you can rotate floors. You know that if you have 2 floors higher than the other, if you look up, you can't see it. You know about the overlay. You know how to make a roof, and you know that you can rotate them. I repeated most of that twice. Yes, I am very aware. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to favorite this channel. If you want a suggested tutorial, then just go ahead and put it in the comments. I will most likely do it. Really, I'll do anything. Anything that you need to know, specifics. Even if it's something I've shown in a previous video that you want to see something more specific about. That's fine with me. That's all for this tutorial. Vade out. See ya.